live. Wow, this is awesome. We are live, everybody. Hope you're popping on. We're live streaming on YouTube, the Armed Forces Brewing Company Facebook page, on my LinkedIn page, Alan Beal. You can find me there, and also on our Armed Forces Brewing Company Twitter page. Welcome, everybody. It's Happy Hour. Chief Brewing Officer Bob Ruprecht in the house. Alan Beal, CEO of Armed Forces Brewing Company, and of course, producer Heather is in the background she's answering your questions in chat. So we're having a great time. I am out at the Americans in Wartime Experience Tank Farm in Nokesville, Virginia. They are having their open house this weekend, and I'll tell you what, we've been here before. You've seen a lot of our video content that we put out there on social media. Bob, we had a great time out there, didn't we, when we were there?
We did. Absolutely.
So somebody started a radio.
You get good
Yeah, thanks. Anyway, we're live here. So they've got their veterans drinking our beer, actually. There's like 2 pallets of beer here, Bob. We got Cat Shot, American Craft Lager, and Preamble out here. So these guys are having fun. They work there.
They don't have Oktoberfest.
They don't have Oktoberfest, but they have Cat Shot and they have Preamble. Bob's holding up a beer that we can't have, as he always does, because he's the brewmaster and brews kick-ass beer in the lab there. So anyway, they've got the tanks out. They've got 80 tanks out there right now, and military vehicles all over the place. So open house is going to be this Saturday and Sunday, and it's incredible. I'm going to be here as well, and Saturday, hanging out at the tank farm in Nokesville, Virginia. It's also where we're going to hold our Rally Point 2022 annual shareholders event on November 5th. If you haven't got your tickets yet, folks, you need to go. Producer Heather's going to put the link in to go and get your tickets. Tim Montana live on stage, and our very own advisory board member, Dave Bray USA, and a lot of fun. Great beer, great food. Take a shitload of selfies on tanks, and it's just going to be a great time. All right, so we got some guests, Bob, we're going to interview today.
Excellent. I love this.
And before we get to that,
who have we got?
Huh?
Who have we got?
Well, we're going to bring on the CEO of the Americans in Wartime Museum, Dennis Brand, join us here in just a second. He's got some other members of the crew out here at the tank farm. We got CEO Mark Searing, who's coming on too, and some of the other guys that we met when we were here filming. Gordon, Adam, and Bill are here, I think, and some of the other guys here. I mean, these are incredible guys. They take these military vehicles from all theaters of war, and they refurb them. I mean, they literally pull the engines out and get these things running. So you can come out to the tank farm and you can ride on them. They give you rides on them as well. So it's pretty incredible. These guys, and they're veterans and first responders and all sorts of stuff. And finally, I got the video uploaded for the Americans in Wartime Experience. So before we bring Dennis on, we're going to show this video real quick so you all can see exactly what is the Americans in Wartime Experience Tank Farm and what is the Americans in Wartime Museum. Check this video out.
They fought to defend our country and our freedom. They fought in many foreign countries and different time periods. Each conflict with its own unique terrains, weaponry, and fighting style. Now, a new kind of museum is under development where we can experience and appreciate what our country's heroes faced in their time at war. The Americans in Wartime Museum brings the realities of past wars to life for all generations. The museum's location, just 22 miles south of our nation's capital, will be an added attraction to Virginia's growing military history trail. The build-out plan will occur in multiple phases, with Phase 1 laying the foundation for the museum's grounds, made possible by a generous land and cash donation from the Cecil and Irene Hilton Foundation, with continuing support from Conrad Hilton. A beehive of construction is well underway to create the infrastructure and outdoor exhibit areas on 17 acres of the 70-acre site. In Phase 2, world-renowned museum designer Patrick Gallagher will bring the experience of Americans in wartime to life through landscapes of war. In other outdoor areas, visitors will observe vintage combat vehicles in action and even get a chance to explore them inside and out. There will also be homefront exhibits that help us understand and appreciate the considerable sacrifices made by Americans at home to impact the outcomes of war. With plenty of room to expand, many exciting future developments are in the works, including a place for visitors to experience recorded stories of courage and sacrifice from wartime veterans.
When you go to the ground and you understand the weather and you understand the condition in which the soldiers fought, you suddenly understand hot and tired, cold, wet, scared, inspired, passion-filled moments, maybe of terror, maybe of triumph, maybe of commitment to others. Suddenly you understand the human fabric that is war, and connecting young Americans and future leaders of our country to those things that require that level of commitment can be very, very inspiring.
The Americans in Wartime Museum, a place to honor and remember the sacrifices of the people on the war front and their families left behind on the home front.
Wow, that's incredible stuff, huh? Americans in Wartime Museum, they're building that, like I said, at another location, and we're going to bring them on now. Here, scoot in here a little bit so everybody can take a look. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to introduce CEO of Americans in Wartime Museum, Dennis Brandt. Not only to the museum, but he's also a member of the Armed Forces Brewing Company family. We've partnered with them on several events and other things already. Dennis, welcome. Tell us about yourself, how this all came about. Give us a history of the museum and what you got going on.
First of all, it's fantastic to be here. It's fantastic you spent the day with us.
Absolutely.
Because I'll tell you, how great is it that you've got the opportunity to bring out so many tanks and military vehicles and just educate. And it's fun while you're doing it. So I got involved with the experience 3 years ago with the founder, Alan Kors, formerly the president and CEO of National Rifle Association.
Yeah.
This guy is an unbelievable, one-of-a-kind guy, patriotic. He went out and started building his collection about 25, 30 years ago. And we're going to introduce you to Mark in a few minutes, but Mark oversees all these pieces of equipment and make sure they're running, make sure that we can have a phenomenal open house, which is this weekend. Last year we had 20,000 people come out to Nokesville on
Wow.
a 2-lane road. Talk about a traffic jam. But they all came, they all loved it, and they all were educated and had fun. So it's a phenomenal experience, and that's what we're trying to do, is bring attention to the men and women in uniform.
Absolutely. So you get a lot of this is a family. There's a lot of kids out here, okay? And you're educating the youth on military history, American military history.
Can never erase it.
Yeah, absolutely never. And the other thing they in your video as well, the World War II veteran, we're losing them.
Yeah.
You tell us about what you guys have been doing with your mobile studio.
Well, let me first say, with the VFWs all starting to close,
Yeah.
Veterans of Foreign War, I was down by Ocean City, Maryland recently. Gentleman, good old boy, farmer. He called Mark and I, and he says, "Come on down. I got something in my shed I want to show you." He had an M60 tank. Now, we don't have that in our arsenal. And went down. I spent the day with him. Great day. He donated it.
Wow.
He donated this M60, and it's probably valued at about $200 to $300, $1,000.
Yeah.
And he'll be down here this weekend. But basically, we bring school kids out, we bring corporations out, and we give them tours, and we try to educate them because they're not being taught this in school anymore.
Right. Absolutely.
And we want to keep it alive. We want to represent the men and women in uniform and tell their stories, which leads into Voices of Freedom. We've got a wrapped trailer with a F-250. We've got an RV. We take it around the about an 8 or 9 state area, and we interview veterans. We want their stories. We want them on tape and on video so that we can give a copy to their family, so we can keep a copy for our museum and experience, and that we can also, if they're really fantastic stories, pass them on to the Library of Congress.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a great thing.
So how many veterans have you guys interviewed so far?
We're over 650, and this year alone, Dennis Gill, who oversees the total program, is a phenomenal guy, donates all his time, former police officer in Prince William County. He's coming up on 100 interviews this year.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Wow. And how many more will you guys do you think?
We'll keep going.
Just,
I mean, the goal is to get 100, 200, 300. We want every interview. So if you're a veteran, you're out there, you want to tell your story, please contact us.
Yeah.
We'd love to interview you.
Yeah. Producer Heather's going to put that link in there to the American Wartime Museum website as well. So they know where to contact.
And the video you just saw was of a new piece of property that we have. We own 70 acres of land right on Route 95 between the new Army Museum and the Marine Corps Museum. And it's a perfect, people going up and down the coast can stop in. It'll be living landscapes of war. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
And it'll be a leadership center, so they can be taught leadership skills inside and then go outside, and they can do team building on a zip line, obstacle course, rope courses, rock walls. It's a phenomenal piece of land.
So everyone's heard me talk about it, and the World War I trenches really, I mean, oh my God, if there was anything more brutal in war, it was World War I trench warfare.
Yeah.
Tell us about that piece of it, just to wet their whistle a little bit, if you can.
Yeah, just to wet your whistle. So the World War I landscape will have a trench, and you'll be school kids and attendees all will be able to trench. And I'm working with Raytheon on 3D glasses. So they'll be having glasses on. Bullets will be flying by their head. They'll be out looking at the battle scene in front of them, listening to the general talk to them and giving them orders. I mean, talk about having fun but educated.
Yeah.
You don't get it any better than that.
Wow.
You can't read it in a book. You got to experience it. Touch it, smell the diesel, put your finger in a bullet hole, watch the battle in front of you. And that's how you learn, and that's how you get excited.
Is that amazing or what? There's nothing like this around the country.
No, there
right
isn't.
Now. This will be the first of its kind.
We're doing something that's most unique.
Yeah.
And hopefully Americans, patriotic Americans, will come in large numbers and learn and have fun, and we won't talk about erasing it anymore.
Yeah. So tell us, your open house is Saturday and Sunday this week. Excuse me. So tell us about that. Tell everybody, what it is, how they can get here. And I mean, there's a lot more than just tanks parked out here in a field. A lot more. It's amazing what you guys were telling me today.
There's an awful lot of military equipment that Mark takes care of. He'll tell you about it shortly. These guys break it down if they have to, all the way down to the nuts and bolts, and make these things work like clockwork. But this Saturday and Sunday, it'll all be on display. And we'll have the Marine Corps flamethrowers out here doing demonstrations. We'll have a Marine Corps battalion advancement demonstration. I'll tell you, that was exciting. It'll be both days. We'll have, we've got an unbelievable exhibit and patriotic 9/11 layout for you. We were fortunate enough to get the people in New York to provide us with a fire truck from Building 1, all burnt up, and a crushed EMT, the steel from the 82nd floor. It's just, we've got about 10 different artifacts out there, and it is truly, when you touch them, some people want to cry. We had a young lady come out, and she just couldn't stop crying. She wrote us a check, big check that day.
Wow.
She was fantastic. The artifacts we have are fantastic. And Mark, who's going to talk with you all here shortly, he was instrumental in going to New York after 9/11 and picking up these artifacts and getting them from New York here.
Wow.
I mean, it's pretty crazy thing.
Wow. Incredible. So anyway, it's this weekend. From what time to what time? We're going to put the link in chat here so people can go to the website and get all the info, but give us the 411. What time?
10 to 4 every day. We simply donation because we're 501c3.
Yep.
But we want everybody to come out, learn, have a great time. And I'll tell you what, the staff here, Mark and the crew, went one day to Cedar Run Brewery, and they made a whole batch of Bulldog tank beer, and it's out here. And so we'll have food trucks. We'll have a lot of things going on, but we have a special guest this year as well. We've got Major General James Livingston. He's a Medal of Honor recipient. He fought in Vietnam. He led the Tet Offensive in Vietnam,
Wow.
the bloodiest battle.
Wow.
And if you haven't seen Apocalypse Now, Robert Duvall says there's nothing better than napalm smell in the morning. Well, and Robert Duvall may show up tomorrow at a VIP event we're having out here, but James Livingston will be here all weekend with us.
Wow.
He was the last person out of Saigon on the helicopter on Time Magazine.
Wow. Yeah, we know that.
Outstanding human being and a patriot and a Marine. And it's going to be a fun time, man. Come on out. If you're anywhere within a several state area, come and enjoy.
So Bob's smiling right now. The reason he's smiling is because he just thought of a beer called Napalm. I can see what's going on in his head
Yes,
right
I did.
Let's see. What's the recipe for our napalm beer? I love it. So, yeah, jalapenos.
It's thick and it burns all the way down.
There you go. Everybody got their beer? Because I got a beer right here. I need to open it. We kind of sidetracked on that because I'm so excited about being here at the tank farm. And by the way, I guess I could point the camera away.
Can.
Oh, look, 2 pallets of Armed Forces Brewing Company beer, Cat Shot and Preamble. Awesome. Cool.
You've got more beer there than I've got here.
Anyway, let's. I know it's not Friday, gang, and but we can toast to everyone deployed and toast to veterans and and their families and first responders and everything. So let's do it. Toast and to the Americans of Wartime Museum tank farm.
Here, here.
Incredible here. Salute.
Cheers.
Chin, Bob. Yeah. Oh man. Tasty. Preamble. We the people light lager. Speaking of
Alan,
preamble, go ahead, Bob.
On a side note, when can we get some AFBC chalices?
Chalices.
Because I feel wrong drinking out of the incorrect brand.
Chalices. You want a chalice?
Yeah, right here. See that?
Lets the beer breathe. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
It's from some of my favorite monks.
Some of your favorite what?
Monks. Belgian monks.
When are we going to get some Belgian beers? You're working on
When
those,
we get the
aren't you?
appropriate
Some
glassware.
Belgian swells when you get the glassware. Okay. All right.
There you go.
Anyway,
That's easy.
the chalice. What was that one movie? Anyway, it was about chalices. All right. So America's Wartime Museum Tank Farm open house. Get out here, grab the kids. Family friendly. It's for everybody. Great food. They got some beer out here. Selfies with tanks. You can ride on them. You can ride on them
Yeah,
too,
we'll
right?
give some tank rides. Yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome. Good time. All right, Dennis Brandt, thank you for coming on, sir.
Thank
and
you,
we're going to
Alan.
be together where in December?
Well, we're going to be at the rally here at the tank farm.
Well, that's November 5th, of course.
Oh, December,
But
we're going to be at the
December-
Army-Navy football game.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
We
Last
kicked
year,
ass last year, didn't we?
did, sir. Absolutely. It was
We
a
had-
great time.
We had the van right behind the ESPN crew on TV
Yes.
all day.
We did. We did. So we're going to be joining America's Wartime Museum Tank Farm for the December 10th, I believe it is, Army-Navy game.
And
Bob and I are
I'd
gonna
like
be
to
there.
add, we were right there by ESPN because of Dennis Brandt.
We
He
were.
was the most amazing parking lot briber I have ever seen.
Without a doubt. And he also, it was like 4:30 in the morning. Like that to everybody, you know, and the team. So he kicked our ass to get up and get ready and get there. He knows exactly what he's doing. So we had a great time. It's going to be an even bigger time this year, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
without a doubt. All right. We got another special guest coming on here. I'm going to flip the camera around just a little bit this way. There he is. His name is me on his voicemail on his phone, but his real name is Mark Searing. He's the chief operating officer out here at, also known as the Tank Boss, out here at the Americans in Wartime Experience. Mark, how the hell are you?
I'm doing good. Doing
Good.
Little tired.
Are you? I
Yeah,
bet.
Yeah, about 12 days straight of getting ready for this open house.
Man, you guys all day long pulling stuff out. Obviously, you know, you guys spent 12 days. So how did you get involved in this?
Friend of
And
a friend,
give us a
college.
history of you, because I mean, I've been here multiple times now. You guys literally have a couple garages where you have, what do you call them, engine hoists or whatever. You guys,
Engine
I mean, you
hoists,
guys
we
are-
got cranes. We got everything you need to support tanks.
wow.
So yeah, I've been doing this for 30 years.
Where and why and how?
And I have a fine arts background. So
Do you? Fine arts.
Mhm.
Yeah.
painting and printmaking.
Yeah.
That was my major in college.
Okay.
Then I became military history. But,
Oh, gotcha.
yeah,
Gotcha.
but doing it a long time.
But
Trained-
how,
I was an apprentice under a Remy mechanic from England and learned
Wow.
tanks and been doing it ever since.
really?
25 years of open houses now too.
Wow. Wow.
Ridiculous.
Wow.
Ridiculous. Crazy.
So you get these, you know, Dennis kind of gave us the lowdown on how you find these tanks and acquire them sometimes. Sometimes people donate them, like the
nobody
person he was
donates
talking
anything.
about. Yeah.
We buy everything.
Do you?
Yes, or trade, or negotiate, or work deals.
Gotcha.
But things come from everywhere, all over the planet. Most stuff comes out of Europe, some Central America,
Wow.
South America, some in the U.S. But
So you get them here, and then what happens? You've got a whole crew of guys here.
we
And
have volunteers, we have staff, and then we assess the condition, tear them apart, rebuild vehicles, restore vehicles, maintain vehicles, operate them for the film industry. We do stuff for the government as needed. So we do what needs to be done.
wow.
And
So
the museum.
we get tons of questions about the tanks too. Like, okay, so you've got to tear these things apart and refurb them, but excuse me, there's no parts from World War II out there to go and buy or replace. How do you guys do that?
There is a network of museums and collectors around the planet and we buy and sell and trade, as well as we have to fabricate a lot of stuff.
Wow.
We have lots of manuals. I have a library here of manuals, and I travel around the world looking at other vehicles and taking measurements and making deals, and we do what we have to do.
Wow. What's your favorite vehicle out here? What's your favorite one?
No clue. It changes
Really?
from
You
year
like
to year.
all of them? Does it?
Every so often one pisses me off and it's no longer my favorite because it does something stupid. And they're all maintenance whores and they all take a lot of work, and sometimes they surprise you and are good children, and sometimes they surprise you and they're bad children.
So you have tanks out here. You've got all sorts of other military
We have Jeeps,
vehicles,
motorcycles, artillery, main battle tanks, light tanks, medium tanks, heavy tanks, armed personnel carriers, self-propelled artillery, towed artillery, you name it. We pretty much cover it. We cover many, many countries.
Okay, so everyone wants to know. I'm guaranteed because they always ask me. So do these tanks? Do they actually fire? Do they work?
We
Can they
tanks
shoot?
with live guns, yes.
Wow.
There's a process of having a destructive device permit and licensing it.
Yes.
But the problem
We
is we
must
live in
throw that
Virginia, and there is no place I can shoot a tank in Virginia. If I lived in, Arizona and there was a desert, I could shoot a tank. So we shoot planks.
Oh, gotcha.
That's it.
Okay.
We just shoot planks for the open house, and
We
it makes a big boom.
You still
and-
get the experience.
yeah.
The
There's a
boom.
big flash, there's a big fire, and there's a big noise, and the audience likes that.
Wow, that's
But
amazing.
since a tank round goes multiple miles, we don't have the round. So we don't fire like that.
Yeah, especially if you have the CIA and the FBI training facilities in your
And Marine Corps is a
vicinity.
half mile through the
And the Marine
woods.
Corps.
So yeah,
Cool.
we blame them for a lot of noise. So
Wow. So how many volunteers do you have working?
between about 15.
Do you? Wow.
Multiple employees who work here, and it's keeps us busy.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, it takes a long time to get 80 tanks out there.
Yes, it has taken us. Well, we've been pushing pretty hard, but it's a week and a half of moving vehicles.
It's a lot of sweat and blood and
Fuel and
fuel.
batteries and
Yeah.
problems and issues and
Drinking Armed Forces brewing beer.
And at
we-
the end, you need a good beer.
and at the end of-
Absolutely.
and every day we stop the day with some beer.
Yep.
And some
Okay.
bread and some cheese and a little salami, and just kind of chill out.
Okay. But you're a fine beer connoisseur, Mark Searing.
Yes.
I know that for a fact.
Yes. That's why I'm drinking out of a glass.
Okay.
Not a can.
I like
I
the
poured
can, man.
from a can into a
You
glass.
see, you and Bob are going to be best friends. Him and his you guys
Cheers,
are your
Bob.
chalices.
Cheers.
So I'll drink.
Tastes
that.
better out of a glass.
Okay, so tell us about your beer background, because you have a beer background.
I drink beer. I've spent
Therefore, I am.
a lot of time in Germany. I've spent a lot of time in Belgium. I've done a lot of the monastery. Trying a lot of beers in Germany and Belgium. I'm kind of a little bit of a beer snob.
Are you?
Yeah, a bit. But our problem is that a lot of my volunteers
Yeah.
are also beer snobs. And the ones who weren't beer snobs are now beer snobs.
Gotcha.
Because if you're going to hang out in this crowd, there's no Miller Lite. Not allowed.
I love it.
You'll get thrown off the property. If you drive a Prius in here, you drink Miller Lite, you're off the property. Not going to happen.
Okay. Okay, so tell us about your first experience with Armed Forces Brewing Company beer snob.
And a bunch of people showed up here and made a commercial.
Yeah.
And we drank a lot making a commercial.
Yeah, we did drink a lot.
Yes.
We drank a lot of different beer. Some of
Yes.
that beer transported in his trunk
Yes.
from.
I
from
think
Chief Brewing
we
Officer
drank all
Robert
of our
Ruprecht.
beer, and then
Yes.
we drank
Stuff
all
that
of
wasn't
his
released
beer.
yet. It was quite nice, actually. And lots of alcohol.
Oh,
Yes.
Was it 13%?
13.9. Yeah.
Pretty close.
Damn,
And it was-
13.9.
Yep.
Yep.
It was good.
Yep.
The boys enjoyed that.
Oh,
They would like more,
everyone enjoyed
please.
that.
Yes.
Tomorrow would be great.
Tomorrow would be great.
FedEx.
Oh my God. Bob, you're gonna have that here. Can we say that? Yeah, I guess
No,
we can say it.
I'm not going to
No?
have that here. No,
You're not bringing it?
no.
No.
We are
That's
no.
we're our own.
No, we already talked about that. We said
Damn it.
we said
Damn
no.
We really, really want it, though.
Yeah.
I know where there is one existing sixtel of it,
Really?
but it's being held back for next March.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, now I get it. Okay. Took me a second.
Yeah.
Oh.
Since I hear half this conversation, I really know what you're going.
Okay. All right.
Ah,
Oh, that's right. You
You have
can't hear
earphones
Bob.
on.
You can't hear. You
Oh,
have to
no.
lip read.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, we
trying.
need multiple earphones is what we need when we get on these things, and microphones. We can hear
I
pretty
could
good,
I
though.
could sign.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Now I understand.
Go like this. Yeah. Well, cool. So, I mean, you got a packed week.
We got a very packed weekend. There's a lot of juggling going to go on in the next couple days.
Okay, so I think there's guys we haven't. Can we talk about and maybe we mentioned it, maybe we didn't. The reenactment piece. You have some reenactment.
We
Going on,
have
don't
200. We have 200 living historians.
Okay.
We're going to be set up on this field among the vehicles, tents, uniforms, equipment, portraying different periods in history. Kind of working with the public so they can, educate them. And then we have the U.S. Marine Corps Oracle Group. They're
Yeah.
coming in. They'll do a flamethrower demo in the morning. Then we do an actual mock battle in the afternoon where you attack a bunker. And so we'll
Get
have
out.
an infantry platoon. They'll be described. They'll be discussed how they work in cooperation with tanks and how they attack a bunker. Then they will be out there. They will attack a bunker. We'll assist with a tank. We'll fire machine guns off the tank, fire the main gun, and then in the end, the Marines torch the bunker, bad guys in it, with a flamethrower,
God.
and then we have to put the fire out.
Oh my God,
And
this is
that'll
going to be
both
so cool.
Saturday and Sunday afternoon we do that.
Wow. It's going to be so cool. So you got to get out here, folks. If you're in Virginia, Maryland, whatever, on the area, if you're in this area, man, you got to get out here to the tank farm in Noakesville.
You'll see a flamethrower and a 75 millimeter gun firing.
I've never seen a live flamethrower, I don't think, ever.
It's more than seeing.
Seen it on
feeling
TV.
it. It's
Really?
feeling it. The heat.
Yeah.
You feel the heat.
The heat.
Yeah,
Man.
it's pretty awesome
Man.
and awe-inspiring.
CEO Alan Beal, Armed Forces Brewing Company, Chief Brewing Officer Bob Ruppruck. We are live. Happy hour every Thursday, 1700. We're gonna bring some more. We're gonna bring a couple of your
Goofballs?
Your goofballs in here.
Volunteers?
Yeah. We had a good old time out here, didn't we, Bob, when we were filming?
We
For our
had
commercials?
a good time. Yes, indeed.
All right. So we
The
should
guys
probably
are
go into
great hosts out there.
Yeah, you were. He said Bob says you were great hosts. Great hosts.
Well, thanks for bringing a good beer.
And we drank all your beer too.
And he said he drank all your beer too.
Yes.
Yes.
We won't talk about that, but
Yeah.
yeah, him and Rob and myself.
Let's
there's
go.
certain taste.
Let's go into chat here real quick and see who's popped on. Massachusetts in the house, Illinois, people from all over the country. Cape Coral, Florida, Dan Hennessy. We're launching into Florida in November.
Can we talk about that?
Sure. Let's talk about it.
All right. I don't think we have a hard date, but I believe we're shooting for November 1st.
Yeah.
I think we're definitely going to see a lot of beer on the shelves by Veterans Day. That's our goal.
Awesome. November Veterans Day, November
11th.
11th.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Armistice Day.
Armistice Day. Let's see. Norfolk in the house. Going through the chat here. Virginia Beach. Hello. Scott Diggs. Hello. Scott's always here. We love Scott. Producer Heather is in there putting links to everything in chat. Salute. Virginia, got some people popped on from New York. John Sparky from New York originally, was on deployment when 9/11 occurred. Shortly after around the first week of October, I was on the USS Key West, SSN 722, and we launched Tomahawk missiles back at them. You go, John Sparkowski. Thank you for your service. Got some payback. Way to go. Love it. Go Navy, go Army, go Navy, beat Army, go go Army, beat Navy, go everyone, beat Air Force. Okay, awesome. Houston in the house. Houston in the house. So Bob, we're looking at that November Veterans Day launch in Florida, huh?
Yes, we've been working very hard behind the scenes to line up 17 distributors for the full state of Florida.
Wow.
I'm fairly certain we're going to see at least half of those launched November 1st.
Wow. Amazing progress.
Yes.
We've made.
Yes.
Amazing.
The team deserve of credit.
Let's
we got some good working on this.
Amen. Rock stars, and they're coming on next weekend.
Excellent.
They're coming on. Or, I'm sorry, next Thursday.
Great.
Yes, next Thursday. John Galante, director of sales, is going to be on with Chad Ellis, our Texas state manager, along with us. Where's Goofball 1?
Which one?
These are my ladies.
G-Gordon?
Where is he? G. Gordon's coming on. G. Gordon.
Hey, just so you know, I bought my 4 kids stock for their birthdays.
Oh, did you?
Absolutely.
Did you hear that?
Everybody in my family.
I heard that.
We're gonna because we got multiple people coming on here. We're gonna move the camera back just a hair so we can get more of a wider
It's
shot
a great
here.
Birthday present.
And it does. And if you haven't invested in Armed Forces Brewing Company, you can now. www.ownarmedforcesbrewingco.com. $10 a share, $200 minimum buy-in. Own a piece of our company with this incredible team and incredible beer. And we're going to bring some more guests on here. They're going to get them. All these veterans down here drinking Armed Forces Brewing Company beer after a hard day's work, after a hard 12 days work. I see him coming to it. Gordon, I'm going to move the camera around here so everybody can see you. Say hi, America.
Hi, America.
Gordon, tell everybody. I'll tell you what. First of all, hang on. All right. So, Bob, the team, we came out here. We filmed great content out here at the Americans Wartime Experience Tank Farm. And while we had a lot of fun, we had some serious videotaping as well, some serious commercials to make. And then, people started shooting their own kind of things. And it got kind of crazy over here. So here's one with our friend Gordon real quick. That wasn't it. It's this.
My ladies. This is Jill. This is my lady Amy. Little Susie. Brianna. You know why we call her Brianna, right? No. Yeah, it's a long story.
So that was Gordon. We kind of coaxed you into that because you had no idea what we were doing.
I'm not much of an actor.
One of those Instagram, TikTok things, challenge things.
I had no time to get nervous.
So tell everybody, Gordon, who are you, and how long have you been here out at the Americans Wartime Experience Tank Farm, and what you do?
All right, so
you've got a service background there, buddy.
My normal job is I'm full-time law enforcement, and I've been in it almost 20 years now.
Thanks for your service.
Appreciate
Absolutely.
it. I started from
Cheers,
the bottom.
brother.
Cigar cheers.
Yep.
Finishing my career out slowly as a detective, but I've been coming to the tank farm for probably 20 years now,
Wow.
a little over, and started with reenacting and setting up with the vehicles and stuff like that. And then I got into the restoration aspect of it. And
Wow.
who doesn't want to come
play with tanks, get to drive them. I learned a ton here, mechanics, how things operate, how to do everything like that, and I absolutely love it. And I wish I could do it full time, but if I did it full time, I don't know if it'd still be fun or not.
Yeah.
So I'm very lucky to be able to come up here and drive the vehicles, work on the vehicles. Mark, who you guys seen earlier, lets me borrow vehicles, borrowed tanks multiple times to take to events and
I
shows
thought maybe
and stuff
like driving
that.
around the street, or
You can drive. There's not much they can do. Spike strips won't work on tanks.
no.
Yeah, take the kids on the
it's
carpool.
great. It's a great organization to be a part of, and I'm glad that we get to do fun stuff. Open house. I look forward to it every year. I take a week off from work, and it's like my mini vacation. Come up here, start Monday, set up all the vehicles, get everything set up, and ready for the big show on Saturday and Sunday.
Wow.
And last year we had, I want to say, close to 17,000, give or take. I might be off. Spectators show up both days, and it got busy. A lot of fun. The smells of aviation fuels and diesel, and, you know.
Do you love the smell of napalm in the morning too?
I love napalm in the morning. All right, but it's a blast, man. It's like my getaway, calm down time. You know, I like working mechanics with my hands, and I've always been into World War II, Civil War, World War II. Never thought in a million years that when I was younger reenacting out here that I'd be driving the same tanks and working on the same tanks. So I'm very grateful for it. Mark's been awesome with helping us do that, and you can turn a wrench, he'll let you come here. So
wow,
it's been good stuff.
Wow,
yep.
You guys are amazing. What you guys do,
we love it.
Here.
We love it, love it, love it,
You
love it.
have
Every bit of it.
Yeah,
no doubt.
I don't care what anybody says. You make great Instagram.
That's good. I'm glad you thought so.
Reels.
I'm glad.
Okay, so let's talk about that real quick. The way that thing even happened, you guys, was Gordon he goes, you were naming your tanks or something like that. Wasn't that how we got that started?
Yeah, we were talking about the Stewart, and I was like, this is my baby, and this, that, and the other. And
what's the name of your Stewart?
The name of the Stewart is the Eager Beaver. Beaver. That is after a popular Second World War song. It means nothing else. Okay. It's just a popular song during the war, so we named it the Eager Beaver. Myself and one of the other guys, Dave, put countless hours and days in restoration, and we thought that'd be a good name for it.
Do you guys name all the tanks?
We just named that one.
Oh, just that one.
Yeah. That one's kind of, I guess, near and dear to our heart. Just the amount of time we put into it and all this other stuff. But I remember saying something like, this is my baby or something, and you brought the damn thing up. And I was like, we're going to do a video. And I was like, man, I'm not an actor. I don't want to do a video.
I'm always on Instagram watching those reels, and it just kind of
it wasn't Amber or Gretchen that got me to do it. It was Ray Cash Care, you know. That's the guy.
He's just sexy anyway.
I mean, anybody can do 2,000 push-ups in like an hour and run up and down the hill at 50 years old. So, yeah,
and then wears short
and
shorts,
wears like
American shorts,
silky American shorts, and tied his shirt up and loving all over me. It was great.
It was awesome, dude.
It was.
All right, so you're going to be here over the weekend.
I'll be here all weekend.
So anyone coming out? I mean, you guys are you guys stationed in a certain area? Or
no,
you guys
we'll be moving all around.
You know what you're doing?
Yeah. So there's a couple vehicles I drive. There's a couple vehicles some of the other guys will drive. I'll be driver. You know, this is my lady Stewart.
Yeah.
The M4A3 Sherman tank out there usually. And we'll split it up. You'll see me tooling around on my side-by-side or running gas out to the tanks if we need it, or battery, stuff like that.
Wow.
I'll be all over the place.
Amazing stuff. So the outsides, you guys, now the insides of the tank, that's what people really don't get to see.
That's true.
A lot.
Well, I'll tell you this. Anybody that's ever seen the movie Fury, great movie. They did a good job with it.
Where they're all in the tank.
Right,
and,
but the inside of a Sherman tank is nowhere near that big. You can't hear yourself talking like you and I are talking now. You have to have a headset. There's no yelling back and forth. Those guys, they made it look comfortable because the inside of that turret was a mock-up of the Fury tank just for the filming. So the guys had room to lay back and, you know, and put their legs against here. There's absolutely and that they were, and you'll see elsewhere. It's because you'll hit your head on stuff. There's so many sharp objects in the tank
Oh my God.
that you gash your head open with. So it's a bump helmet is what it is. But also in that helmet has your communications that you'd have to plug into the tank for a talk around.
Wow.
Without those, you couldn't. There's no talking back and forth and talking like this to the driver, and no way.
Wow.
No, way too loud.
Have you ever been in like a modern tank?
I've never been in like no. What do you mean
To
by modern?
compare,
Like Abrams or something?
Yeah, maybe.
I've never been in. I've been around Abrams. I've never got to go inside an Abrams.
So you gotcha.
To see
Comparison.
the inside of the driver's compartment of an Abrams tank. They kind of lay. I've seen it. They kind of lay back like this, and they got a joystick right here, and they kind of drive with a joystick, and they're
Wow.
separate from everybody else in the crew compartment. They're their own little area.
Wow.
But yeah, they're not as big inside as Hollywood makes them out to be. No doubt about that.
So Bob, our big fat old asses probably couldn't fit in the tank.
If I can squeeze in there, you all can squeeze in there.
Oh man.
Speak for yourself. I'll jam myself in there.
Jam it in.
You can jam it in. You take the ring out of the hatch and it makes it a little bit bigger.
Does
The
it?
gasket
Oh, okay.
doesn't leak if it rains.
So how many people fit in Stewart?
So Stewart had a 4-man crew. You had your
Oh my God.
driver, and in the Stewart, the bow gunner, which is also can act as the assistant driver. You have a flip-up gas pedal, and you can pull down your bars as well to drive. Then you had a loader, gunner, and then a commander in a Stewart.
Wow.
Sherman had a driver, bow gunner. You had a loader, gunner, and then your tank commander. So 5 in the Shermans.
Oh my God.
And there's just no room in those things. Those guys, I mean, if you get in one of these things this weekend, sitting in there, and when the gun recoils, you can't get anywhere near that. It's tight. I mean, they're death traps is what they are.
I forgot to ask Dennis or Mark, but there's a World War I tank here, folks. Okay. And
1917 Renault tank.
okay.
That's a 2-man crew.
Wow.
So you'd have your driver and then your tank commander or machine gunner. And this tank is what's called the female version of the tank.
Okay.
So that one would just have a machine gun in it. It has no cannon whatsoever. So you
Okay.
just have a machine gun through the top, and your vision ports are little slits cut in the metal. That's what you looked out to see. There was no flip up anything, no periscopes or anything like that. They're extremely slow. And the one we have here, you can see that it'll have pop marks on the metal where they had actually shot it to see what rounds of armor piercing rounds might penetrate it or not. So you'll
Wow.
see where the AP rounds would impact on the tank itself. I wouldn't want to have been in one.
No.
You have to hand crank those to start it every time. You have to pop the engine deck. You have to prime the little cups inside with gasoline, turn them real fast. It lets it drop into the cylinders, and you got to crank it every time to start it.
Okay, so the doors are in the front of the tank, though, right?
That's
Why
how-
did they do that?
That's just the way you can get in. Easy way to get in.
Wow.
That's a neat tank. Complicated. I wouldn't want to go to war in it.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
Gordon, thanks so much for all you guys do out here, man.
Thanks
It's
for making me a
incredible.
TikTok star.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you get a lot of feedback on that video?
I shared it around, and my work buddies laughed their ass off at me. I was like, "You just wait. I'll be famous one day." But no, that was all fun. But no, I love it. Glad to do it, and love to see people come out here and get really excited about all this stuff.
Yeah.
Makes it worth
Yeah.
the long week just to get it set up, because it takes a week to put everything away.
Wow.
So it takes us a week to set it up, and it'll take us a week to put it all away.
Wow. A lot of work goes into it.
It's a lot of work.
A lot of passion, a lot of work, a lot of
You
love,
have
a lot
to,
of sweat.
You have
a lot
to
of
want to
blood.
do this, and
Absolutely.
that's the thing is, us here that volunteer and help out, we're so passionate about doing it.
Yeah.
It's not like work to us. It's fun, because if I'd have known 25 years ago that I'd be driving tanks, I'd have called you a liar. So you put in a lot of work, and you get rewarded by getting to do stuff out here.
Yeah.
Great relationship.
Yep.
So,
Good stuff, man.
Good stuff.
Thank you, my man.
All right, my
Thank you,
brother.
buddy.
All right.
So, one more thing, real
Yeah.
quick. Which beer you like the best?
I
Armed Forces Brewing Company beer.
like special hops.
Do you?
I do.
Why?
I like it's harder core for me.
Okay.
I like special hops. That's a good one.
You like
I
that?
know I'll drink preamble. I'll show you. I've sent you pictures of my breakfast beers, right?
Yes.
I don't do that every day, people. Okay. But special hops. I love special
All right.
hops.
So it's 6.7 ABV. Bob has got a 9.0 double IPA coming out.
It's a man after my own heart, Bob.
Yeah. And you got to taste the
Yes.
okay.
When we were out here.
The Neptune's beer.
Yes. Neptune's
Okay.
beer.
And how'd you like that?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah. Keep it going up, Bob. Keep that ABV going up.
Bob
Thank
says
you.
he
Thank
lied
you.
to everybody. It's actually 13.9. So
Those are good numbers, Bob.
yep. Yeah. Good stuff.
All right.
Thank you,
brother.
my man.
Yep.
All right, brother.
We'll see
And
you.
we'll I'm gonna be here this weekend,
I'll
so I
see
get
you
to
all
hang out with
weekend.
you.
Awesome.
We'll do some IG dial-ins real
Good,
quick.
it's been a
some live
minute.
stuff, okay?
All right.
All right.
Thanks.
Well, all right, buddy. Thanks so much, ladies and gentlemen. Gordon, Americans in Wartime Experience. Bob, are you gonna grab the kids and Liesel and come out this weekend? Maybe.
Well, we're going to be out in West Virginia.
Are you?
For marching band.
Oh, okay. That's why you were showing support. Come on.
Yes. My daughter is she's clarinet and saxophone.
Here you go.
In the high school band. She's very, very talented at it, and
Yeah.
we like to show her
Hey,
as much
Bob.
support as we
I don't know if
can.
you can hear me, but
I hear you.
Hang on.
oh,
I hear you.
oh,
Wonder what happens. I'm gonna try this out. Let me see if I can.
What happens if you unplug your headset?
Bob, say something real quick.
What happens if you unplug your
Yeah, we
headset?
can't hear you.
Okay.
I mean, my hearing is horrible as it is, but
Yeah.
you're laughing.
I
can see
gotta
that.
plug back in. There we go. Now he can hear us. What's going on?
What's the word? Hey,
I'm
we got a
drinking your beer,
question
brother.
here.
It's awesome.
What's the word
Cat shot.
on the release
10 out
of
of
a
10
smooth
Hang on one
dark
sec,
beer?
bud. What now?
We've got a question. What's the word on the release of a smooth dark beer? And I believe that is Death from Above. That will be making its debut at Rally Point.
Ooh, that's why they need to get their tickets. Rally
That's
Point
right.
2022. You never
That's
know what's
right.
going to happen. You never know. We're going to have several beers here no one's had yet, and shareholders
That's right.
get to try it. They get to try it first. Absolutely. And let me tell you something. You're trying a beer from a Maryland Governor's Cup award-winning brewmaster, Mr. Bob Ruprecht. Okay? There's a reason why our beer is good, and it's him. Anyway, let's bring another guest on, Bob. Adam, we had a lot of fun with you, although we didn't coax you into any suggestive videos or
Nothing crazy. I was
nothing
behind the
crazy.
scenes.
Tell everybody who you are,
Um,
what you do, and how long have you been here at the tank farm?
So my name's Adam. I was 91 Bravo in the Army, which those who aren't in the Army is a wheel mechanic. I came out in 2018 with 2 broken ankles. Was looking for a new home, and I came out here for an open house, and got hooked up with these guys.
How'd you break 2 ankles?
Long, boring stories.
Okay,
Nothing cool. I wish they were cool, but
Okay.
no, nothing cool.
Okay,
So-
not in combat or anything.
No, nothing.
Okay.
Nothing good. You're gonna go. You're a dipstick. So, no, I came out here. I'd known about this place for a long time. I came out here in 2018 after getting back, and I was like, yeah, this is cool. Recognized Gordon off of a Jeep page I'm on because I like Jeeps. World War II Jeeps, to be fair.
I thought you were gonna say an Instagram video.
No. Yeah, he was buck naked driving through Fredericksburg in a Willys Jeep, and we all saw it.
Not Gordon.
Okay.
But no, I saw that, and I said, hey, man, I recognize you from this. I started volunteering, and then I was getting ready to move back to Indiana, go back to farming and ranching. And Mark was like, hey, man, I need a full-time mechanic. Are you interested? And I said, yeah.
That's awesome.
So I've been here 3 or 4 years now as a full-time mechanic.
Wow.
So it's been a good time.
Okay, so tell us about your Army service. Where were you stationed? What did you do?
So Humvees, helmets, hats, anything with wheels. They called us quote unquote full-fledged fixers of fucked up shit.
Yeah.
Was our titles.
Yeah.
And I stayed down at Fort Lee. I was supposed to go to the 118th at Kadena Air Base in Japan. And once I broke my left ankle, they were like, that's not happening, dude. So I came back and
and broke two.
basically. Yeah, so
broke my other one.
So here I am, to say the least. But I got hooked up with these guys.
Yeah.
And the veteran communities here is huge.
Yeah.
And then you guys came out and brought us awesome beer and introduced another side of the veteran community, which is alcohol and beer. No complaints, get to hang out with everybody and have a good time.
Yeah.
So
we had a good time out here with you guys.
Yeah, man.
It was a great time.
I've never laughed so hard in my life. From smoke grenades to signatures on the inside of my truck and some craziness.
Did the guys sign?
Yeah, Rob signed the inside the headliner of my truck, and he put a bumper sticker on the back of it. So everyone's like, dude, if you ever sell your truck, you got to pull the headliner out. And I'm like, trust me, we'll do that.
That's
I'll hang it
great.
on the wall or send it to him.
That's awesome.
But yeah, man, it's been a good time.
So you drive these too, right?
I
Do you
drive
drive
them. I work on them. I fix them.
Yeah.
Mark's been an awesome teacher.
Yeah.
Everything here, nothing is the same. So every day is a learning experience, to say the least. And basically kind of being an apprentice under him, it's been the best thing, the most I've ever learned mechanical wise in my life. Growing up farming and ranching and stuff like that, I could work on tractors, combines, everything else.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, they're not near as complex as some of this stuff. So when I went in the Army, went through the schoolhouses and everything like that, it was kind of like, okay, this is kind of common stuff. Come out here and from American to Russian to Polish to Swedish to Swiss to British, everything's different. Nothing's the same.
Wow.
The Russian stuff is pretty all common as far as Russian equipment goes. But it's a huge learning curve.
Wow.
So learning different languages, that way you get in the vehicle, look at the dashboard. Okay, I know what this means. I know what this means. Okay, I can get an idea of, okay, I know where oil pump starters, primers, everything is inside the vehicles. So everything's a different language.
How do you guys get Russian parts for a Russian freaking tank? All fabricated or what?
If we can't find it and buy it, we make it.
Wow.
So like doing the restoration project of that vehicle next to you, if we can't find or source the parts, good chance we're going to fabricate it and make it ourselves.
Wow. Amazing.
He's an awesome fabricator, awesome mechanic. So learning from the best, can't beat it.
Wow.
There's not very many of us in the United States who do this job, restoring and keeping up historical military vehicles.
Yeah.
So it's you go to Europe, it's massive, but in the United States, it's us and like two other groups, and that's it.
Wow. That's amazing.
So no, it's yeah. When you've been out here, you've seen some of the crazy stuff. And this weekend it's going to get wild, seeing everything run around the track. That in the village. By tomorrow evening, you're probably going to have 200 living historians out here, and it's going to look like a whole village.
Amazing.
It's going to change overnight.
Wow. Amazing.
It's going to be awesome.
There's also got to be just this awesome satisfaction of the kids seeing their faces, and you know what I mean?
So
even the adults.
Well, everybody talks about the biggest high they've had in their life, right? That adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
I was a rodeo cowboy, so I rode bulls for a season. I trained and broke horses, and that was fun and all. Getting a 2,000-pound animal to kick your butt, throw you sky high in the air. But last year I had two vehicles that were mine: the RDF LT, which is a prototype. There's two in existence. Ours is the only one in the world that runs and drives.
Wow.
And the M42 Duster, which is a Vietnam era AA gun, twin 40mm Bofors cannons.
Wow. So
I pulled the Bofors off the track, pull up, and this Vietnam vet gets off, and he looks mad. I'm like, I'm getting ready to get my butt kicked by a Vietnam vet. I'm like, okay, cool. And he goes, hey, man, I want to thank you a ton, and gave me a hug. He's like, I haven't seen that since I was in combat, in theater, on that vehicle. He goes, dude, that brought back so many memories.
Wow.
And that's the greatest high you can get in your life. It's the other veterans in the community who are like, hey, brother, thanks. I appreciate what you're doing.
Do you name any tanks? Do you have a name?
No, personally, I don't.
Gordon does.
Gordon, yeah, he's named a couple. Our M20's name is Labrador. He calls the M5A1 Stewart the Eager Beaver.
Yeah.
I've got a bad habit. If I name things, they die. So I stopped doing that. But Bob looks like he's laughing.
He is. He is. He is.
Yeah, man.
Adam, thanks. It's been a pleasure,
Yeah,
man.
brother.
Thanks
No,
for
we
your
appreciate everything
service
from
and
this, brother.
what you guys do out here. It's magical and,
No,
and
it's-
it's incredible.
We're glad you can come out and enjoy it and have a good time
Yeah.
with us, and supply us this awesome, delicious beer.
Yeah.
Keep our guys going.
We're family.
So,
We're family
and that's
now.
exactly it. You
Yeah.
can't beat that.
Without a doubt, man.
Yeah, brother.
All right, bro.
Anytime. Bob,
Thanks
good
so
seeing you,
much.
man, even though I can't hear you. But,
Yep.
Good seeing you.
All right.
He says Roger that, brother. All right. Wow. Incredible place. So what do you think, Bob? Thanks, fellas. Make it a great night. What do you think, Bob?
I can't wait. I can't
Love
wait.
this.
Haven't been out there in a while, and can't wait to get back. Rally Point is going to be awesome.
It's going to be incredible. And if you haven't gotten your tickets, folks, why? Why haven't you? $30 ticket to come out and hang with us. If you're a shareholder in the company, you get to come out for free. You can get free tickets and bring friends with you. So go and invest in our company or go get some general admission tickets to our Rally Point 2022 annual shareholders event. Tim Montana live on stage, Dave Bray USA, awesome beer from our very own Chief Brewing Officer Bob Ruprick, food, all sorts of stuff. USO is going to be here. We've got some other partners that are coming in. Mission Barbecue is going to be here. And there's going to be Round Canopy Parachute Team is going to be here. And we got some other people popping on. Oh, we got a cigar company coming out too, Bob.
Do we?
Sailor's Cigar Company is going to be out here as well. They're kind of a local Manassas, veteran owned. Got a Marine that owns Sailor Cigars. They're going to be out here selling cigars.
Oh, very good. Very good.
So when Bob brings out our 13.9, I'm just kidding. No, damn it.
No.
Damn it. You can have a cigar. Anyway.
You can have a cigar anyway.
All right. Well, Bob, it's fun show in talking with these guys and learning what the tank farm's all about. It's much more than just tanks. It's incredible veterans what they do.
It's a lot of camaraderie out there. They work hard, they play hard, and they're doing a great service for us, keeping this history alive.
Absolutely. Sandra Maria says hi. Sandy Elwood. She popped on. I see she says hi. I'm looking at the chat here. Let's see. And we've got just a lot of great things. We can't tell everybody everything we're doing. Obviously, we got to
keep a couple things back to ourselves.
Yep. But we got some awesome wow factors coming. We've got some scale and distribution.
We've got some fun stuff that's coming out. Yep.
All right, because you're all still here with us, we did a post today. Many of you know our Preamble Light Lager. We have aligned that beer with the John Daly Major Ed Heart of Lion Foundation. A percentage of our profits from our Preamble beer and apparel, we're going to make a quarterly donation to the John Daly Major Ed Heart of Lion Foundation. We posted it out there on our social media today to go watch a brand new video. Just posted a link to go watch the video. We posted that today. And I think, you know what we should do, Bob? We should play the video for everybody that's here with us. What do you think? So they could see it. Just because they stayed with us.
I'm sorry. I'm reading the.
All right, you're reading the chat
from CL Lindsay.
What do they say?
Yeah, it's big. It's long.
It's a big chat. Big. The 08 folks. Where is it? CO. There. How about? He's just perhaps becoming an investor. All right, here. Lots of emojis in there.
Yes, it's creative.
Whom said Thirsty Thursday, all real good right here with these great folks, Armed Forces Brewing Company. Enjoy your Thirsty Thursdays. Just perhaps become an investor. Fun and easy and delivered delivered something. How about you?
How about
a great
you?
brew.
Too.
I love it. Thank you, Seal
Awesome.
Lindsay. I love it. Creative. All right, so we're gonna sneak peek everybody the video if they're not clicking the link on our social media post. We're gonna play it for them because they hung out with us for happy hour. We do this every Thursday, 1700. Here. When I first met Major Ed, his energy was infectious. I wanted to know what this hero was all about.
We live in the greatest nation in the world, the United States of America. And one of the things that we do is we do philanthropy in this great nation to give back to those that have sacrificed so much for our freedom, to give to those first responders that are out in the streets each and every day working hard for this great nation, and also to America's children.
Armed Forces Brewing Company partnered with the John Daly Major Ed Heart of a Lion Foundation because they do great work all over the country. And I couldn't think of a better alignment than our Preamble, We the People Light Session Lager. When we sell Preamble beer and apparel, we're going to donate a portion of the proceeds to the John Daly Major Ed Heart of a Lion Foundation.
That is what it's all about, being a difference maker in America. And when I met Alan and Armed Forces Brewing Company, I knew that we had a great partnership. Preamble is special. It's special because it's about patriotism. It's about duty. We are the official beer of freedom. Preamble is coming to your neighborhood, and guess what? You're going to be a part of our family. Invest in Armed Forces Brewing Company today, and invest in a great company and my good friend Alan Beal. Hoorah!
Hit it again. Met Major Ed at the Bone Frog Open last year, and just automatically, I mean, he just owned the room, and you were automatically drawn to him. His energy, the philanthropy he does all over the country is absolutely incredible. He's raising money not just for the John Daly Major Ed Heart of Lion Foundation. He was raising money for all sorts of other veteran outreach and first responder outreach organizations all over the country. Incredible work. The guy's constantly on the go. Purple Heart recipient, just an incredible guy, and we're thankful we have him on our advisory board. You know, he's a lot of fun, isn't he, Bob?
Yes.
and we got to shoot him in the balls with a tank.
A genuinely nice guy.
Cool, Bob. It's 6 o'clock. You got any final thoughts for everybody?
Well, we got a shout out from Ireland just now.
Ooh.
And so that's our first international today. And well, you know, too much to cram into 1 hour. Let's do it again this time next week.
Awesome. And we'll see you next Thursday at 1700, right, Bob?
That's right.
All right, we're going to bring on our sales team. They are rock stars, you guys.
They
absolute stars.
They're the best. They are the best.
Yeah, without a doubt. So John Galante, our national sales director, will be joining us, and Chad Ellis, our Texas state manager. They are rock stars. So anyway, folks, thanks for coming on, popping with us. Have a great weekend. We're at the Tank Farm. And if you can come out this weekend, come on out. On behalf of the team, producer Heather, Chief Brewing Officer Bob Ruprecht, thanks, everybody. Talk to you soon.